1982, I'm sitting in a common room in an all-girls school in Bath. I've got a cup of tea in one hand and I've got a poetry book in the other. Now, we used to sit there reading poetry instead of going to the library to revise for A-levels. And we used to read a bit of Sylvia Plath for jollies, bit of Stevie Smith, not waving but drowning, and who else? Oh, Three Blokes from Liverpool. And then I find myself here in the presence of Brian Patten. It's like a dream come true, except I never dreamed it, but it's here. Now, you may find yourselves in another part of the world, and you may find yourselves in Nottingham, in a beautiful performance space with a beautiful bar and a beautiful friend. And you may ask yourselves, well, how did I get here? Sometimes I ask myself, I find myself walking down the street. Sometimes I catch a glimpse of my reflection, and she whispers to me like a prayer, "You are 50. Sometimes I find myself browsing through the rails, and sometimes I find myself reaching for a dress. And she mouths at me, "If you wore it first time round, you can't wear it now." And I ask myself, well, how did I get here? I've travelled down a road to nowhere, where used-up bands play disused bars and wail like sirens warning us too late. Sometimes I think I'm doing a cover of my own life. Same clothes, same songs, same sad refrain. I can still hear London calling. Only this time, there's little children with empty bellies queuing on our streets asking, what have I done to deserve this? We always said we'd rip it up and start again. Instead, we've gone and thrown it all away. My mind is like a plastic bag full of the stuff they make us buy, same as it ever was. But now they call it vintage. Armadillos spread leprosy. To humans, I mean. It is in their bodies when they are born. Now, if you handle an armadillo, you must tell your doctor what you have done. They can give you antibiotics to clear it up, not like in the Bible days when your foot dropped off. Last week, I saw a giraffe in the park. Now, when I looked again, it was a tree. Now, that happens, doesn't it? You see something and you know what it is, but you were wrong. That Mrs. Hogg was wrong about me. She said I couldn't keep up with the other children. So she hoisted me onto her hip, skinny, bony, striding along with me screaming with the pain of the bone sticking in, or the indignity. I don't remember. She made me eat tomatoes. Now, you shouldn't make a person eat something they don't want to eat, if you ask me. I threw up. I told her I didn't like them. On Sundays, my mum used to drop them into a bowl of boiling water until their skin peeled back like a smile. Then she would fish them out with asbestos fingers and cut them thinly for sandwiches. They made the sliced white soggy. I hate that. Their flesh is pulpy. Their seeds are slimy like bogies. Ugh. But on holiday, we met the man who grows them. Through the gate marked private. Oh, it's all right. We can go because we're going to see the man. Down the lane, like a tunnel, with the trees arched over, you can't even see the sky. And it's so quiet. You can only hear our feet scrunching in the stones. At the end of the lane is a big garden with a big wall all the way round, and at the end of the garden are rows and rows of greenhouses. Then out comes the man. Oh, he is scrunched up, eyes smiling. But when he speaks, his eyes are buggy boggle, and his hair's all sticky up. His face is as dark as the soil, and his hands are black. His nails are like you've drawn them on with a pen. Dirty, but clean dirty, if you know what I mean. He takes us into the greenhouse. All around are tall, furry plants laden with shiny green and ripe red tomatoes. Oh, I want to rub those leaves between my fingers, and I want to take those plump red babies and hold them against my cheek. And the smell, oh, the smell is like being buried. Oh, not in a bad way, in a good way, like the earth will be your blanket. So, I think I want to start to like them. I want to learn to love them. So, I taste them tentatively from time to time. I dip them in salt like a donut in sugar. I anoint them with oil. I blend them with garlic and parsley to pour over spaghetti. And finally, I learn to love them. And now I love them. That happens, doesn't it? You think you know something, but you were wrong.
Mouthy Poets, that was an amazing performance up there, and I really felt it from both of you. It was really emotional. And Cleo as well, who did an amazing job, and I hope she's really buzzing now. You talked to me just now about the Mouthy Poets and how it feels like a safe place where you're accepted. I want you to tell me a little bit more about that and your relationship with Debs. How's that going to go?
I met Debs the first paid poetry job I ever got.
Me too, actually. It was my first as well.
Oh, look at us now. And we met and we worked together, and then she emailed everyone on the project to say why they were important to her on that project, which was unusual. And she said to me, I'm quite a shy person. I felt that you involved me in the group. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then she asked me to be involved in a project. Just come along on a Friday. I'm going to do this thing called Mouthy Poets. Do you want to come along? And I did. And what we were saying was, I think a lot of us go through our lives not feeling comfortable in our daily lives, all of us, whatever we do for a living. And that was in that room at that time, I felt comfortable and able to be really me, warts and all, and safe, completely safe. And my relationship with Deborah is a sort of mother-daughter is what it is, I think.
I think you find that with generations. I have friends like that, who's a woman who's 60, who I feel like we're sisterly but motherly and daughterly.
Yeah.
It's a massive combination. Deborah, are you proud of Mouthy Poets and where they are now?
Oh my God, yeah, obviously, yeah, massively. It's very overwhelming. Yeah, very, very overwhelming. And yeah, proud's the wrong word, because I started it. It was my idea. I'm still very much at the helm of it, but it is its own
beast
thing now, and every single component can take credit for where it is today. It is by no means a success solely down to me. Do you know what I mean? But I think it is what we wanted it to be, and about 4 million other things.
And you're still the driving force behind it, but you bring other people in from around the country, and they kind of act as tutors and all sorts of things. It's kind of a growing thing, isn't it? It's an organism in itself.
Yeah.
Poetry, some people, I've been talking to people about poetry for the last 2 weeks with this amazing festival, but some people are completely turned off by it and think of school days and people like drumming Wordsworth into them, or Wilfred Owen. What would you say to someone who maybe has a poem in them but maybe is too scared to share it? I don't know. Have you got any advice you'd give them?
I would say that the way we approach poetry as an organisation is that it teaches you to communicate what you want to say more effectively and accurately. It helps you to build a vocabulary that articulates how unique and different your experience is. So, I hope, we're creating great poets. We're creating people that are on BBC Radio 3, that are on One Extra, that are, getting books published, or getting in the biggest magazines. But we're also helping people come out to their parents and get just an everyday job and cope. And the skills of poetry enable you to do that. And if you struggle to communicate, even if you don't like the art form, it's worthwhile. And I think that's something we all struggle to do. What I'd also say is, and I was saying this in the educator session, I think maybe the other day, that when any of Mouthy, any single one of them, get on a stage in front of a group of, let's say, 315-year-olds, I guarantee that they will love it. Because it is someone getting up and in a refined and considered and effortful way telling them how they feel. And that doesn't happen enough in anyone's life. And I think we like that.
We do. And for me, the exciting thing about Mouthy Poets is there is no audition process. There's no application process. If you want to come and you are within the age bracket that we can safely deal with, then you come. And we will guarantee that with you working with us, we will make you progress infinitely. Can you progress infinitely? We will help you grow. So that means that when people have spent their time with us, some people will be on One Extra, some people will be published, other people will be able to talk in front of a room of people at their day job, and that's phenomenal to me.
And process feelings,
Yes,
which is
yes,
what it's all about.
yeah.
The two of you, it's been absolutely amazing. I was honoured to see that performance
Oh,
tonight.
bless
Honestly,
you.
the three of you just blew me away. Really touching and
Thank
really moving.
you.
Thanks for talking to me
Thank
today.
you.
Thanks very much. Really enjoyed it.